Yo, what's up, people? My name's Jonathan West. I know it's a little dark and shit. You know, y'all can't see me or whatever, but really, you can't see me. But I'm making this video right now to tell people about how to come off methadone and freaking heroin. You know, I mean, that shit is a battle and struggle that unless you ain't did this shit, like, don't listen to your doctor or to your counselor and shit from the methadone clinic and asking you all this, that, or whatever, because they're not really trying to help you. All they really want you to do is keep coming to the clinic for 10 fucking years to get your fucking money, okay? Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. Like, I'm going to tell y'all people straight up how the shit goes down, what you're going to work with, or what you're going to be battling with, and all that stuff. I've known it. I've been through it. And if you have any comments or suggestions or whatever, tell me. But really, I don't give a fuck because I done heard it all. We've all heard it all. We all got the same story. When you stand in that line every fucking day to go get your little dose and shit, you know, we're all the same, okay? Especially when you have to get your ass up early on Saturday to make sure you get your Sunday's take home, right? Alright, so, yeah, let me give you a little, fucking little quick history. I mean, you know, I've done it all. I mean, I've done fucking meth, pills, acid, shrooms, heroin, you know, everything. I mean, doing ecstasy and acid at the same time. So, I mean, it doesn't stop. Like pills, pop them like Skittles. Doesn't matter. But once I got a hold of heroin, you know what I'm saying, that changed the whole ball game. Like, I was to the point to where me and my wife was probably doing freaking $100 a day worth of heroin. So, you know, add that shit up over a year. I mean, we must have did like $20,000 worth of fucking heroin. Okay? So I've basically come to the point where enough is enough. Alright, so we try and go get clean and go to the methadone clinic, you know what I mean? I'm not going to knock this methadone clinic because this shit saved my life. But it also destroyed my life in a whole nother way because my wife couldn't do it, you know? We're separated, she's gone off doing God knows what. Probably sucking dick right now for a fucking, for a hit or something like that. Who knows, who cares? The main thing is what you're going to do with your life. How are you going to stop this shit? And it basically boils down to the point of where, you know, you have to do it for yourself. You want to get to that point to stop. I mean, it might take some traumatic shit, but if that's what it takes, then one day you're going to see it and God's going to tell you, this is your time to get right. Stop doing the shit and be a functional member of society. So, yeah, I took a shit ton of notes. I'm just like looking through these motherfuckers. And so let me just basically tell you how what my milligram dosage was, you know, how I started and stopped and went through all this shit. Because, I mean, basically that's what it all boils down to. I don't give a fuck if you know my history or not and how much drugs under the sun we've done, because it's all the same shit. So, I basically worked myself up to 110 milligrams. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, doing that shit every day, being a slave to the clinic, giving them my $12 a day. Hey, it's better than $100 a day, you know what I'm saying? So don't tell me the methadone clinic, is worse. Like, it's worse to get off of. You know what I mean? Like, the withdrawals and all that shit, because I know methadone fucking takes like a month to get out of your system. That shit gets in your bones. If you're taking pills and shit and you think opioids and all that or whatever is so hard on you and whatever, it's nothing compared to heroin. I mean, just stop taking pills. You'll be sick for 3 days and get over yourself. Man the fuck up. But heroin and all that and methadone is a whole nother ball game. So yeah, I was at 110 milligrams. I was on methadone for a year and 3 months or some shit like that. And basically, you just got to come to the point where enough is enough. You don't want to be a slave to that clinic. Yeah, they just want your money. Okay, so this is what you got to do. All right. You got to wean yourself down all the way off this shit to where you're basically taking the minimum that they're allowing you to take. And on another note, all my methadone people, how the fuck do they charge you the same amount for, like, if someone's on 150 milligrams and they're charging you, 12 or 17, wherever the hell you're from. But then if you work down to 10 milligrams, they're going to charge you the same amount. Like, I don't understand that shit, okay? But on a side note, because they're just hustling you, all right? Everything's a hustle. Nothing's for free. So, yeah, I worked my way down to, I worked my down all the way to 12 milligrams, but, there's been some battles in between, all right? Like, I worked my way down from 110 to 75, and then I went from 75 to 25 in 3 weeks. Like, I was dropping 10 every other 2 days. Boom, boom, boom. And I almost experienced, like, slight withdrawals, but not too much to where I wasn't going crazy, But then when I got to 25 milligrams, I thought I was going to be hard and shit and say that, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to go cold turkey and whatnot. Which was the fucking dumbest mistake I ever did. So, yeah, by day 5, I was ready to kill somebody. You sitting there with a cold sweats, naked on the floor, rocking back and forth, can't sleep, can't do shit, you're like a fucking zombie, you don't even know what's going on. I mean, the leg kick is so hard, like, wouldn't you want to damn kick a hole through your wall, through the ceiling, or something like that? So by day 5, I relapsed and banged the hell up. Then Saturday, went to the clinic, and bada bing, bada boom, everything was fine. So I realized, oh shit, this is some serious shit. Okay, so then I just let it roll, doing 25, trying to work my way down and shit. So basically I got down to 12 milligrams. 12. Okay. And I know you can't just go cold turkey off this shit. For all the people that's ever been locked up and y'all are taking 120 milligrams and all that shit, and 140, whatever, and locked up, oh, God have mercy in your soul. I bet y'all are great to be in jail with. Probably getting everything robbed from you and getting the shit beat out of you. So, then when I was taking the 12 milligrams and all that shit, I was at the 12. You basically got to stop going every day. Okay? Like, that shit stays in your bones. So stop going every day. You need to space that shit out. Every other day, every other day. You know, I got to the point to where I was only going twice a week, you know, so I wouldn't get kicked out of there, just so I could get, you know, still not be sick, but still knowing that, you know, I'm trying to stop or whatever. So, and really, like, the shit has to come down to, like, if you're really ready to stop. Like, it might take something traumatic in your life to happen, or you know, you just got to find some happy place or something like that. For me, it took, like, this dude stabbing me in the neck with a screwdriver. Basically, I'm laying in the damn bed for 2 days in the hospital, damn near dead, and no one's coming to see me, and I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm ready to make a change in my life. And that's when I also found God, too. I mean, I don't know if y'all would really want to go on this topic. I'm not really trying to press God onto you or whatever, but when I was sitting there in the hospital alone, like, I knew I wasn't alone. And even though this dude tried to kill me, in actuality, he saved my fucking life, because it gave me the motivation to not quit, to not give up, to, like, tired of this shit and ready to do it, ready to be clean and go for life. So, I know I'm running on wild tangents here. I might be sporadic, but just bear with me. Let me touch my notes. Yeah, but I'll just keep going. Okay, so when you get to that 12, you get to the lowest dose you can get to. All right, and then, oh shit, excuse me. So you go in every other day and shit, you got to get this shit out of your bones. Okay? Methadone is way harder to get off of than heroin. But if you do the shit right, it's way better than to go cold turkey. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense or anything. Like, you'll find your point when you're ready to stop. So when I finally got to the point of, cause you know, I done tried the shit or whatever, try and go cold turkey off the 25 or whatever. The shit didn't fucking work. Okay? Don't be stupid. That shit's for the fucking birds. So, what I did, you know, after I spaced that shit out and quit going every day and did that shit for like 3 weeks and let that shit, you know, get out of my system slowly but surely or whatever, when I was ready to make that final push, when I took that Sunday's take home or whatever, on that next week, all I did was, like, I would dip my damn finger into my little bottle. Boom. One time in the morning. Boom. One time in the afternoon. And I spread that shit out for the whole week. 12 milligrams for the whole week. And didn't experience any withdrawals. No, like, kicking and shaking. I mean, yeah, I might have been, you know, yawning and shit or whatnot. But it wasn't like I was fucking flipping out and doing crazy shit. But I did have the shits though. So that's a whole nother fucking thing. And another thing that'll help you stop doing that shit, if you want to do, not drug issue wise, like have sex, have a lot of sex, jack off, masturbate, do whatever the fuck you gotta do. I mean, that shit will increase, you know, increase your mind and shit, and you know, your serotonin level and whatnot and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, people can say get out there and fucking exercise. Like, who wants to get out there and run 2 goddamn miles or run fucking laps and shit? And I mean, yeah, you have to work if you are working while you're on this shit, but shit takes a lot. I mean, for real. So basically that's where I'm gonna kind of stop right now for a second and see what the hell happens. Because I mean, once I was like dabbing on that shit and, you know, getting it out of my system or whatnot, I was basically fine after that. I mean, that's all it takes, is you got to have the willpower, the motivation, listen to a lot of music, believe in God, know you can do this shit. The shit ain't the end of the world. Be happy, live your life. Don't be a slave to that clinic, please. I mean, I'll try and make some other video. I'll try this shit again, but I done ran for a minute, and I'm gonna see what happens with this. Y'all might hate me, y'all might like me, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Deuces, bitch!